Good morning and welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 23rd of the 3rd. So today I'm not in our trading room as normal. I'm sitting here. So if you've got questions and you want to fire at them at any point, just type them away. I can give this a couple of minutes more, although if I see a trade I may be dashing off quite quickly. Right. Euro dollar. Euro dollar today, it's sitting from a daily perspective here, very choppy. I'm just looking at the moment on the potential short side here. It's got, you see how messy it is this is looking at a 4-hourly chart over a couple of weeks, and had a decent trend the week before, and last week, well, bit of a trend towards the end of the week there, and we might just be seeing the same sort of thing applying here. So I'm really just looking this morning. Got this big bearish gut bar here, maybe too big actually. Now I'm just looking, it's now reaching nearly 30 pips. I was looking to see if there might not be anything left in the momentum may have run out, but I was looking on the break of that bar at 8 o'clock, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at the euro, looking on the downside at the moment. Now that is an intraday trade, but it's pretty nice into the original trend, etc. The pound. So the pound is let's just come out to the dailies here. Let's get rid of all that. That's it. And the pound, finally found a bit of support into later yesterday off that daily 50. It's retested. It's sort of hand railing that area. I left that trend line there that had drawn on a couple of days ago or a few days ago, and it's sort of retesting it, looking at it's getting buying coming through into these levels as soon as it's got a bit of horizontal support technically there, and it seems to be some demand that around that 38.20 at the moment, but again, this could be selling off. Don't fancy it as much. I prefer the shape of the euro, but this if you're looking down here, as I say, that 38.20 area, it's been tapped around a few times. Maybe there's potential for that to go further to the downside. I'm just waiting to see. I've just clicked on my order book to see what lies beneath actually on that. Okay, now it's predominantly buy orders sitting there. There's no obvious patches of net sell orders below. So, okay. Looking at the yen. Dollar yen, just briefly on this. The only reason I'm looking at it quite briefly is, well, just to see what's up at the moment. It's been in a sort of quite a consolidation phase here. I'm beginning to look through and think, well, is it a little bit over? Well, the dollar yen, is it overbought? If it is, it's holding on for a week or two here at that same sort of level, pretty flattish, and that to me just makes me think, well, at some stage this could be going for a break to the upside again. I'm not specifically looking to trade it here, but I might be able to get a good trade off of something like the euro yen on it. But the dollar yen seems the volatility is not at all big. I mean, this recent bar, well, actually on 60 minutes, 80 pips, 8 pips rather, 80 pips, 9 pips. So on an hourly bar, pretty small volatility effectively. So that's the yen. Oh, actually, let's go straight and look at that euro yen. So looking at the euro yen. Euro yen then, let's just come back out there. Same sort of idea of as the euro dollar, but yeah, yesterday we saw the gap down, filled the gap. To me, again, this looks like real signs of weakness. Got a very similar sort of picture here. Maybe a better trade if it triggers post, and it would have to trade on the next or go on the next bar for me. So really looking at that euro yen potential. Now that bar's again about 30 pips, but it has a bit more bang for your buck out of that than the euro dollar often. Okay, slightly anyway. Right. Looking, where was I looking at? Aussie dollar then. So it's two potentials. Aussie dollar, I drew this rising trend channel on there. It gapped below that, got back in. yesterday, but really from the pattern I'm looking at here, it does. I mean, it didn't break down. What was that? That was last week. I was looking to see if that broke down actually, but it has broken down from a horizontal sort of level through that 77.02 area. Maybe got some more downside there. It's found support though into its 4-hourly 500 and weekly S1. Just looking at its steep old move, potentially more consolidation around this area, but it's failing to hold on to any gains at the moment. So we'll see how it see what develops from here. Okay, now of course we're looking at these pre 8 o'clock, and things do tend to change post 8 o'clock quite quickly some days. And well, I'm looking at the sort of short side of the euro and maybe the euro yen. It may all be all forgotten come just after 8 as the market sort of gets some bigger volume through. Okay, that's pretty much it on the Forex. But I'll just a quick look at Canadian dollar because it had been one of the strongest there. But yesterday, the US dollar, Canadian dollar, US dollar just, actually a doji day yesterday. Today it's just given it edging up at the moment. Now a trend line across the lows. In fact, if I can draw a trend line across the lows, just find a trend line would be good. There we go. A trend line, he says. No, it's not going to work. Try again. Yeah, I've got the tool on this time. Helpful. Across this lows, might see that breakdown there, but it really, when you start looking at the lower time frames, it sort of give me the clues of the higher lows, etc. that's going through there. Now it is back into that sort of resistance point it got into last week. But again, that trend line that's drawn across on the just use a 4-hourly chart there, is certainly the line in the sand for that. Okay, looking at a couple of other markets then, let's get rid of this if I can. I'm not going to be able to, sorry, I'm just going to look. My e-signal is just doing something awkward for me, so I can't see what I want to see. It's not going to, oh, there we go. Okay, so I just wanted to look at some other markets. Let's have a look at the S&Ps and look at it from a daily perspective there. Okay, so S&Ps, you're asking me about UK indices. I don't follow the indices that much personally, but we'll have a look at them. S&Ps yesterday caught the bounce off that 34, saw a follow through of the bounce off that 34 yesterday, put in a bullish pivot swing, and well, it's certainly looking okay on that time frame. You come down the time frames though, and it's a bit more iffy, and this may be a sign through the markets. It's still, I suppose, arguably in the bull flag territory. However, it has put the lower high in on the way down here. Looking a bit feeble at the moment. I will just look. I've got a delayed version, I'm afraid, here on the FTSE. Let's just have a look at what the FTSE was doing. It's just about to open, isn't it? So it shouldn't hurt too much. I've got where it is on from a. Okay. Yeah, you've got that bearish sort of flaggy sort of on this lower highs, lower lows coming through here. The only thing is those lower highs coming in more frequently on this time frame. I know I'm only looking at a 60-minute, but let's just come back, and strong buying, I say strong buying, but buying coming back into it through the futures here on the through the Asian session, early sessions here, beg your pardon. So I've got the cash. I can't remember if I've got the cash here. It might be, yeah, it's the futures. But consolidation, maybe it'll roll over, but a bit of patience there for me on that. I'd be looking on these prices, which are not CFD prices, but on these prices, which maybe you just got to be careful. This is sitting currently at 67.26. A lot of CFDs may be 67.36 or something like that, or 16. They're often away from the futures, but it's sitting here about 16 pips below. That's what I'd be looking at the current price, below that previous bar. Okay, that's a FTSE I've thrown in there. Looking at gold then, from a daily perspective, still got this sort of bear flag sitting there. It's really just getting into a tighter and tighter range. You can see running across here. Let me just badly draw it, but you can get the idea of this sort of tighter range. It is in an upward direction at this stage. So, okay, that upward direction is effectively the flag from the downward direction. So it's sort of sitting here, and it really is sort of looking for the clue to which way it's going. On the bigger downward direction, well, you'd expect it to follow through here. In this slightly upper direction with these higher highs and higher lows, well, you'd be forgiven for it going either way. So that makes it a very an each way bet sitting there at the moment. Let's clear that. Okay, that's gold. Out the way, oil. So oil, the elusive oil. It still hasn't broken my sort of key area. I was looking yesterday, and I don't know if it's saved on here. I popped a trend line in. It has just broken. There we go. It's on the 60-minute. It had broken it, but it did it through the Asian session there, and it's. I'll see how it develops here this morning. But I'm still looking, and I might. The plan was to probably put half a position in short earlier. Wouldn't need a massive stop here, and then if it breaks down here, say as it breaks down, but if it breaks down here, adding another half into the position. So still looking bearish on oil at the moment, but waiting patiently. Right, questions at XRP. Well, it's not really a question. Looking up. Yes, I can't bring a chart in of XRP because I don't have the feed on this particular software, and the software I have got the feed on, it won't project at the moment. So yes, it's run up quite nicely today. Again, it's pushed up, but that 0.6 area is the area where it's I can see sort of resistance, and then of course 65 we'll see 0.65 as resistance on XRP. It has got the higher lows sort of confirmed through there as well. So to say, sorry, I can't bring the picture in. It won't let me switch software here at the moment. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll be back tomorrow. Normal one tomorrow because I've got to get up and back into the room. But as I say, have a great day. Catch you later. Watch that euro.